Where do you see sort of big rise in countries like India, Brazil and China in fashion?
I think what's really strong about those countries is that, again, that they have the capabilities for production. I feel for them to crack or to introduce themselves to the West, they need to become more Westernized in their silhouettes and their cutting and their design. I think where they achieve great, where they achieve a lot is in their manufacturing, basically, and in their craft. And what they should do is embrace that craft, but push it into a new direction and become more contemporary.
What do you think that will bring to
the West? I think it will help and it will benefit the West. I think that it will also make the West more aware of, again, their production capabilities. And I think that it's interesting where British-based designers go to Italy, or used to go to Italy for all their manufacturing, and now they're looking at India and they're looking at manufacturing in China. And I think that the quality now is good, and it has become, the worldwide market is now opened up. I feel also as well that we used to sit on our laurels in London and say we have the best colleges, we have the best designers here in the UK, in London. That's not necessarily the case. Or it is to a certain extent, but also that we need to keep moving and keep developing in London, and we can't just stand still. We've got to embrace the World Wide Web, different currencies, different markets and trading. We need to embrace that more.
Where do you see technology in fashion at the moment? Where do you see it going as well? Because information travels so fast now, and landscape is changing in terms of power holding or...
Yeah, I feel, this is a really good question, and it's an interesting one. And even last week, before we started on off, I was actually thinking that we should go more exclusive, and actually we should. I like Tom Ford, what he's recently done, where he's banned people from going to his show with any cameras at all, and I think that actually is the way forward. These events have become too overexposed, and they are not as exclusive as they should be or were in the past. And I do feel that there are an awful lot of bloggers out there that are quite powerful, but actually probably don't have the knowledge that they should have when they're writing, and I think some of them are quite naive. And I think there is going to be a rebellion against that, and it's happening. There is a buzz that's starting to happen, and I think we'll get to a stage where there will be no photographs taken at shows, there'll be no filming. It will be the designer that actually films the show, and then they distribute it how they want to. And that's really important. We're an independent showcase, we're struggling financially ourselves, and yet everybody seems to be capitalising off our events. And that's a hard one to take. So though the exposure is fantastic, it also, I think, could be killing our industry.
So do you think there'll be need for going back almost as when couture started in the first place, and only sort of few prerogative people had the whole information, and they then chose what is going to be seen by the public?
Definitely. I'm all for that, and I think it's gonna be a few designers that are confident enough in themselves and their ability to actually make those steps. And I'm looking for those designers now, actually, and I will look to work next season with designers who will take and embrace that concept